Okay, guys and girls, welcome back once again to FTRL for the 8th time this season in the F3 Championship. We are getting towards the business end of the season now, and we have arrived, should I say, at the iconic Monza circuit in Italy. One of the crowd favourites and one of our favourites as well. Always produces a very spicy race. Joining me in the box, as always, we have a wild Panda and we have a wild Pagani. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hi.
How are we?
Hello. Oh my god.
What's wrong with you?
I've just seen Rampage try and go through round the first corner.
Yeah, I was on board. I was on board with that, and it looked a little bit dangerous, but I chose to ignore it.
Anyway, yeah, judging by that weather, even if it's just qualifying, it should mix the grid up. So, looking forward to it.
Well, we have a wet. We have a wet. So. Seems to be only happening once a week, but Italy.
Ozon's round at turn 1. Oven's gone straight on at turn 1.
Italy have gifted the F3 boys some wet weather conditions. However, it doesn't look too bad, so maybe we might dry up towards the end, possibly. Nevertheless, we shall see.
The track actually looks dry. Like, there's very minor spray. It doesn't look. But either way, Ascari is going to be tricky in these conditions. Exactly.
Well, nevertheless, we have 19 drivers on the grid, so the only person missing tonight is Junkie Sport, who is currently on holiday. Hopefully he's having a wonderful time, so we will miss him on the grid tonight, but nevertheless, we have 19 others to talk about. So, we're in the chat so far, we've got Jamie who's here. He's saying that JME Morris to win, who is a new driver, moved down to, or coming to FTRL in F3, so certainly, I mean, Jamie's the current championship leader, so I don't know how we're going to have to refer to these differently. We can't be Jamie and JME, can we? So probably have to be Jamie and Jamie Morris, I would imagine. Simplest way to do this. What do you reckon?
I'm already confused.
Well,
Foggy's off in the gravel.
Useless.
Completely useless.
Yep, completely
not
useless.
Foggy, not Foggy.
Okay, right, well, the Mercedes boys are giving each other slipstream down the start-finish straight. FTRL Oven, after his absolute agony last week in Britain on the final lap. Hopefully Big Peters remembers that he's got a qualifying ban this evening. From that, it's just coming to my head.
I was in a party with him yesterday, and he did remember it yesterday. So.
Cool. Okay, hopefully he knows he can do an outlap though. So, nevertheless, we're going to stay on board with FTRL Oven, who is typically one of the fastest drivers in this division. He's had a bit of a slide out the second chicane, but about to enter the Lesmos. I'm going to have to be so careful how I word that this evening.
You are indeed, and it will slip out at least once.
Of course it will. Slip out of a Lesmo. Oh, it's just too close, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Agent Panda.
Yeah, Agent Panda. Oh, well played. Oh, that might have been invalidation from Othernet. Certainly compromises lap, but it still should be a time on the board nonetheless. It wasn't the best lap from the Oven, but so our championship leader Jamie, he is in the pits on the soft tyre.
We've got Marty round between the two Lesmos.
In between the two Lesmos?
Oh,
yeah, he really is, isn't he? Well, luckily he's not retired.
That's where Lewis Hamilton crashed in 2009.
Oh, Zom's gone as well.
A lot of people in the chat rating the new driver Jamie Morris.
Yeah, certainly
I have rated him once, and he did have a decent amount of pace. So,
oh wow!
Okay,
he's actually supporting somebody.
Is he?
Wow.
Yeah, supporting Lee.
Is that a positive comment from Matthias Schmidt?
It is indeed.
Wow.
British BNS lost it at Ascari.
Okay. Well, Jamie's come into the chat and said telemetry told me dries were 3 tenths quicker, so I tested them. They are not good.
You should just look out your pit box, mate.
Yeah, exactly. We've got City Posh. City Posh is here. Nexus Aspect is here. Zom's here as well. Cars appeared from out of nowhere in front of me. Well, we're on board.
TRS is stuck. He wants to get out the way, but there's cars coming through. He might get disqualified. He can't get moving.
Well, blue flag. He's come around to complete his lap.
Whoa, that's a good lap from British Beanhead.
It is round Parabolica.
Well, TRS finally got going, so he's not going to get disqualified.
And blue
so
flag
we'll
up to the
continue.
line, and he's nearly 9/10 off of Jamie. Jamie Morris. Wow. There's a statement.
Well, for those that were paying attention, and for those that weren't, DRS has just been enabled.
Okay.
So,
I wasn't, so thank you.
Yeah, neither was I.
Must be said, Sippy had his first race with us last week, as we call him Sipwar. Yeah, he, well, somewhat fortunately ended up in P4 because of the last lap incident, but he did have 2 or 3 spins during the race, and he demonstrated quite a lot of good speed and pace, so let's keep an eye out for him tonight. I think he could be a dark horse. Michael C obviously ran away with it last week in the Ferrari, so let's hope he has another good result. Nice to see Michael get his first win last week. Maybe that can reignite his racing flame, should we say. Let's go and see what Foggy's up to.
Driving.
he's going off Parabolica.
Yeah, he's driving, thank you, well observed.
Coming into pit lane.
It's alright.
Done well there, mate.
I'm a very valuable commentator.
Yeah,
I mean,
valuable
he could
asset.
have been crashing, so at least he checked on him to make sure.
I mean, there's quite a lot of varying times at the moment.
I've got an entire minute separating.
Over a
11.
minute. British Beanhead with a 2:39, one of the best laps I've seen.
Yeah.
These are conditions that I love.
I know they are.
Like, you don't know what tyres to go on, so if in doubt, go for the slicks. It will be quicker in the long run if you can get the heat in them.
Pagani's a little bit excited. I won't say what I was going to say because we're not past the watershed yet.
British Beanhead is not enjoying these conditions. I've just gone on board with him. He just missed the second chicane. So,
Have you got any of you got a driver to watch this evening? Anyone that you feel like could have a pretty good result? Somebody that we wouldn't normally speak about as much. Mine's the man that I'm on board with here, Nexus Lopez. I think he's going to have a good. I think he's going to have a good race tonight. So I'm going to put my money on
BLT.
him.
I've gone with BLT.
BLTTL, great
Yeah.
game attack.
He's close to Oven this time, which is pretty decent.
It has
Spark.
officially stopped right now.
Sparks is in the chat saying I'm Sippy's engineer. Sipwar. Peatman, Donzo, all doing the usual stuff. Joe Burns in there, he's wound up already. Ravers Revenge, hashtag People's Champ. It's all going off. 25 people watching this live at the minute. Thank you all very much for joining us. As always, you wonderful people.
The person I'm going to tip, so I can't jinx him, is I'm going to tip Marty now and not speak about him for the rest of the race.
I really hope Marty has a good result tonight. He's had such a bit of, you know, he's coming to his first sort of league on F1 and he's really sort of put in the practice and really committed. So let's just hope that he can have an incident-free race tonight.
It's your right time.
Matt Coors, full triggered racing league. All dealt, there we go. I imagine that will be beaten significantly towards the end of quali.
We've got Panda's games in the chat. Should be a fun race.
That's Agent Panda.
I was going to say we have a lot of pandas. I didn't want to assume.
It's not me.
There's so many of them.
Probably got 2.
We originally had a breeding pair, and then there's about 7 of them that just sprout up every now and again. So I don't know what's been happening.
Right, well, I'm on board with Jamie. He's just crossed the line and start a flying lap. See what we can do. Championship leader down towards turn 1. It was very, very deep. He's going to have lost a few temps there. Heading out towards Curva Grande now, in towards the tricky second chicane. Yellow flag in sector 1, someone's had a wobble somewhere. So
Might also
Jamie,
be somebody letting someone through.
yeah, it could well be. Yeah, Jamie's. I mean, the conditions are certainly improving, but I don't think they're still ideal as of yet. Easy one stop though. Obviously, conditions pending.
It is easy, but if you're harsh on the tyres, it can bring a likelihood of a puncture.
Next aspect saying Jamie Morris is going to be like Liam. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Oh, he's going to get promoted to bottler.
Jamie could have invalidated then, coming out of a Ascari. That is a potential thing to keep an eye on.
Well, we've got 3 guys out on the medium tyre.
Nevertheless, he's coming around the final corner. What can he do? A 23 flat, so he's 5.7 seconds up at the moment.
Or speed.
Certainly has.
Got Marty as well, just about to come through Parabolica.
Cool, let's go and see what Marty's up to. Fan
Should be
favourite
pretty
is Marty.
It is.
Everyone loves a bit of Marty. Crosses the line, 23.7. Okay, not a bad time considering the conditions.
Right, well, since you're the league owner, Aaron, I'm going to bring your eyes to Matt Caw's comment in the stream chat.
I think we should all have an animal racing league since we always... Well... Okay, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, that's probably the most accurate comment Matt Caw's has ever said.
Yeah.
So... Right, who should we go on board with? Blue flag, what's he up to? In the racing point, which I will try not to call it the Force India.
I will continue to call it Force India. However, Michael C, 22.5, it's in pole currently. Foggy sitting in P4 with a 23.7 on the medium tyre.
Yeah. Like I said, I imagine these will get significantly quicker towards the end.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't read too much into all of this at the moment, but
Yeah,
we can never be so sure.
Dutch setting a stupidly quick time in F1, like an 18.6 or
Oh,
something.
British B&N's gone at Ascari!
Whoa, Sipoir's just gone through.
British Bean starting from the back. Where is Sippy? Here he is, down the bottom. So blue flag, 21.1.
And people do have to improve on British B&N's 2 minutes 39.
Yeah, tough ask that. Sippy's going to be in the 20s, there we go, 20.9.
It's getting faster and faster.
It is, so we're going to have to wait and see if people can get into the pits and back out in the last few minutes. I think it could be a case of literally whoever crosses the line last will end up on pole here, I think. Right, let's go and see what this man Jamie Morris is up to. Heading down towards Ascari, I imagine we're going to see a few offs here tonight.
Look, Michael C. Straight back into the 20.8.
Nicely done.
Second lap.
Always been a difficult corner on the
Yeah.
F1 games as a scorer.
It seems to be even more difficult in this year's game. Like the exit curb on the inside left seems to be a lot higher. Yeah, you can't touch it on this one.
There's been a crash coming out of the first chicane between
Jamie Morris,
Nexus
18,
Lotus and
19,
Rampage.
20 flat. There we go. What's Rampage up to? Oh, he's doing a bit of charity
He had a
work.
crash.
Yep.
He had a crash with Nexus Lotus. Nexus Lotus has half a front line.
Not going to be happy about that.
TRS has gone into fifth on the mediums.
Well, Lee Cole needs to get himself a valid lap very soon.
Well,
So
Matt
let's
Cole
have
is suggesting that for some reason when you go on board with someone it appears like they're floating.
Don't know why that is. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to double check the championship standings. I did look earlier on. There's no harm in refreshing my memory. Lee Cole coming to start his lap, so we're going to stay on board with him here. He's top towards the top of the championship. I think he's in P4. Yes, at the moment we've got Jamie 2905 on 66 points at the top of the championship. Then we've got FTRL Oven in second on 42, and Foggy occupies the final promotion spot at the moment on 32 points. Lee Cole is on 30 points, which is 2 points behind him. And then we've got British Beanhead and TRS, the next couple of drivers, and there's quite a big pack of drivers very, very close together. So just a few guys hoping to get off the mark some points tonight. Big Pizzas, Delta, Rampage, and obviously Jamie Morris on his debut. So let's wait and see whether those guys can get themselves in the points tonight. But 2.5 minutes to go. It's always a bit of a sad day on a Wednesday, I find, because the races are always so good. Then we have to wait literally like another 5 days before we can watch another one.
We do have GT if people are desperate for some racing to watch.
We do.
On Friday.
Oh yeah, that is now streamed. Yeah. Oh, Lee Cole's very, very tentative for Ascari.
He's on his outlap, I believe.
No, he should be on a flyer unless he's invalidated somewhere.
It's a bit confusing. I've watched him, and it's still saying he's on an outlap despite the fact that I've already watched him do one. Odd.
God knows. I mean, on mine it says he's on a flyer. Nevertheless, right. Who is on a flying lap? Jamie's on one. Coming around Parabolica, I believe. This could be a 19, or was it 20 flat? So he's only just on pole at the minute. Now, I don't want to make assumptions, but I don't feel like that's going to be enough.
Agent Panda in 7th at the minute.
I know, good job from Agent Panda. I think we're going to see a lot of changes towards the end of this qualifying session, so keep your eyes peeled. So Delta come around Parabolica, gone pretty deep. It's going to be a 23, 24, 24-4. It has improved, but by too much.
Keep an eye on Owen, because he's just about to start a lap.
Well, Lee's on 0 ERS again. Now he's back up to overtake. So I don't know if I've got some glitches with Lee possibly, or he just keeps invalidating maybe, I'm not too sure. Nevertheless, this is last chance saloon for Lee. It really is, okay. So, Sippy, Blue Flag, Michael C, Jamie Morris, where is he? Is he going to be able to get round in time? I think he is. By a matter of seconds. Yeah, he's going to be fine. So,
perfectly.
yeah, he's going to be the last one across the line. So, bit of experience there from Jamie Morris. Let's see what Blue Flag's up to. He's one we would expect to see towards the top. Former F1 driver.
Owen's getting some nice slipstream.
James retired. Blue Flag always run quite deep, but nevertheless, he might get a little toe from the guy ahead, but I don't think it's quite close enough for it to really make a significant difference. Unless he gets a good run for Ascari, which he has done so far. Good lap from Blue Flag this. Lee's had a wobble coming out of Ascari.
City's put it P3, but Michael replaces him immediately.
There we go. Blue Flag's very, very close. I think he could be pole here.
Owen goes 5th.
Temporarily.
He's going to get slipped in on the
17,
line.
18, 19. Oh, he's just missed out. Oh, Foggy.
Same lap. Oh, that's all so close. I think Jamie Morris might be about to make it. Oh, he's 4.5 tenths up already.
Yeah, yeah. This is going to be a 19.4 maybe. Yeah, there we go. 19.4 from Jamie Morris. So he's put it on pole on his debut.
Oh my
Fantastic
word.
effort.
It is indeed.
What's up?
Michael C's car has 2 wheels on it, and it's sat on the rear wheel. So it, yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
What
yeah,
an odd
I've
way
just
to
seen
win
that.
qualifying. Indeed. Right, well, final classifications are as follows. Before I go through this, let us know who you think is going to be on the podium tonight. It's got Jamie Morris taking pole on debut, with Foggy rounding off the front row. So then we've got Jamie and Blue Flag on the second row, usual suspects between them both. Michael C and Sippy on the third row. Then we've got an all-British lineup of Oven and Lee Cole on the fourth row, with TRS and Marty qualifying in the top 10, so good progress from him. Agent Panda starting in P11, which is never a bad place to start, with BLT alongside him, his teammate. Then we've got Rampage and AJ on the 7th row, DSY Delta and Nexus Lotus on the 8th row, disappointing from them two. And then the final couple of spaces were occupied by obviously Big Pizzas, who serves a qualifying ban, and then the last couple of British Beanhead and somebody else. Rampage, maybe?
Don't know. We'll find out in a minute.
Indeed. Well, it doesn't...
Victor's gonna be in last one.
Yeah.
Zom.
Zom, that was it. Well, 23 people watching as we are about to go live. Rampage in the chat saying Nexus, sorry about the crash. Lee might be in trouble, why is that?
He set 3 laps in qualifying on those soft tyres.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We've got Rhiannon Connolly in there saying Sippy for the win, Jamie Morris is going to bottle. Bold statement, but we'll go with it. Goy Carp saying boys back at the factory are cheering you on, Foggy. Matt Claus, can't wait to see Aaron win this championship in 2 seasons' time. Right, Will, take us away for your famous formation lap, mate.
Not quite sure about that. Anyway, Jamie Morris on pole. As I said, I've raced him once before, and he was pretty quick. Not really a surprise to me to see him on pole, but I think he probably is to see everyone else. FTRL Foggy in second, as Goy says. Everyone back at the Williams factory is cheering him on. They're all tuned in. That's why I've got so many people watching. Jamie 295 in third, the championship leader. So pretty decent qualifier from him, has to be said. If he brings around another podium or so, he'll maintain, or at least sort of continue a fairly decent championship lead. Blue flag in fourth, dropping down from F1 last season. Well, not last season, this last race. Got a podium on his race back, and looking like he could be in for another one. Michael C in fifth, previous race winner, also dropping down from F2 this time. It's another sort of decent qualifying. Got Sipois in sixth. I think if he keeps his nose clean, he could be on for a podium. FTRL in seventh. He might have wanted to stick it a little bit higher than that, but at least he manages to get his clean lap in towards the end of that. He was struggling a bit. Fourth place currently, so he's in the promotion spots, unless it might be free now, I don't know. Lee Cole, he needs to move up a little bit, I think, to maintain his chances. TRS in ninth, a little bit further down from last week. I think he's been slowly improving. Marty VR sticks in the top 10. As Aaron said, he got a little bit unlucky recently, so hopefully he can have a nice clean race. Agent Panda, always a decent place to start in 11th. Fresh tyres, and I think it's probably one of his highest qualifying for a while. His teammate BLT in 12th. And so I tipped him to have a decent result today, so I'll be back again. Rampage has got himself invalidated. Well, he's in 13th. AJ has also done it in 14th. DSY Delta Queen Round Parabolica in 15th. A little bit off the pace, but I think he's always learning. Nexus Lotus in behind him. A very poor qualifying from him based on his pace last time out, but I'm sure he'll move through. Same British Beanhead, he just binned out of Scari like I did. Big Pete's in 18th and his qualifying ban, but since Som didn't get a lap in, he's not actually starting last.
Excellent job as always, Will. Lovely stuff. Right, we are ready for lights out in Italy. Looks like it's going to be a dry race. Keep an eye on the mid-pack. It's going to be chaos down into turn 1, I think. But Jamie Morris is going to lead us off the line. We have 5 red lights. And away we go. Looks like Jamie 2905 had a pretty good start. Oh, Jamie Morris has lost traction already. There goes his wing. He's in the wall again. He can't get traction down at all.
He's in last. He's got no front wing.
Foggy's just leading into turn 1, but
Rampage tagged
oh,
the back of
there we go.
Panda.
There goes Lee Cole and Michael C, I believe. That's Lee completely gone.
Jamie Morris in the chat before this race.
They definitely have.
Ray said he was going to bottle it, so he's been cursed. It's not his fault.
Okay, right, well, Jamie's very, very close to Foggy at the moment.
Delta's had a storming start tonight.
He certainly has. Right, blue flag and oven are very, very close.
Oh, Marty's
Marty.
gone, what's that? Oh my god, that Renault's backwards in a straight line. Oh, it's in the middle of the track.
Oh
Big
god.
Pete's caught
Safety
it,
car,
Rampage
please.
caught it.
How can that not be a safety car? What a chaotic start. We've lost 3 drivers already. Both the Renaults and Rampage has gone.
And we've also got big damage from, Jamie Morris there with no wing. Just couldn't get any downforce. But yeah, big damage for Michael C and Jamie Norris.
Crazy start to the race. Loads of position
Jamie
changes
Hayes,
already.
Foggy.
Yeah, he's got bastard. Foggy's got a little bit of slipstream. Not enough though. We've got first lap pit stops for Sitbois, Adrian Panda, Michael C, and presumably Jamie Morris. Yep. Changing their wings. Pop on the hards, I imagine. Or maybe they'll go for a 2-stop. No, we've got
Maybe
hards
so.
for Adrian Panda. Yeah, a bit of a split
TRS
strategy.
has got through the lot of it, and he's on the medium player, and he's sat in 5th place currently.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Well, British Beanhead and Nexus Lotus have both had very, very good starts.
We sort of know how 2 races at the same time. We have everybody that's pitted, everybody that's pitted
Exactly.
out.
Well, the top 10 are very, very comfortable, it must be said. Gutted for Leaker.
Yeah,
Oh,
Wiggins.
British Beanhead's in the wall. Coming out of Ascari. He's lost the whole front right hand side of his wing.
Yeah, Scari's proving
shame.
treacherous already today.
Oh, good word.
Oh, there we go.
Owen is closing in on the top 2.
Yeah. This is going to be, I think Oven might take this tonight. From this position, I think I'm going to tip him to go on and win this.
Todd. Beanhead. 5-second penalty in the pit lane.
Done a
He's
will.
done exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Oven
Got
is
himself-
looking quick.
Got damage and then stopped going in the pit lane.
Oh, Owen's up inside of Foggy.
Inside of Foggy.
Oh,
Foggy. Yeah, good respectful driving.
it's a risky place to try it down there.
Nevertheless, they both give each other the respect and the space.
They did.
I did wonder, but Blue Flag has some front wing damage.
Is he?
He's missing his left end plate.
Yeah.
Thought he was dropping
I mean,
off a bit.
typically he's very, very slow, so I just thought it was that. But
Ouch.
As long as his wheel doesn't just disconnect him like it's been doing.
yeah, he's been having
What a race.
problems with his wheel. Oh,
Next Lotus.
Oven does
on
look
the
a
side of
little
Delta.
bit slidey coming out of Ascari. Next Lotus, Delta's having a good start to the race. Up 7 positions. These guys that are currently in the top 10 just literally need to just bring the car home.
BLT up in 6th.
He is, he's
He's
flying.
having a good one.
TRS also in P5. He's got better and better as the season's gone on, it must be said, which is good to
We've
see.
just started lap 4 and
90
Jamie
section.
has no ERS left.
Yeah, Jamie's a very good driver, is Jamie, but I have noticed that he's not the best with his battery.
There's a video for that somewhere.
There is, I can't think where.
Piani, do you know of it?
No, I have never seen a
No.
video for it.
Someone better go and make one.
Well, I know,
I
innit?
mean, if you go and look for one, I'm sure there'll be one.
There'll be one somewhere, won't
Somewhere.
they? Right, anyway, Michael C is in DRS range of British Beanhead. What a chaotic start. I can't believe we lost both the Renaults. They're a bit of a fan favourite team, them two.
Flags.
Oh,
Who's
Michael
that?
C.
Getting very tight up front now.
Yeah, it very much is. We're going to have to go on board with that battle, aren't we? Oh, Jamie was very, very wide coming out of Ascari. Yeah,
Bit
blue
yellow.
flag is dropping off.
I mean, it is possible to carry on with some front wing damage. I managed it in the F1 race.
Yeah, I mean, nevertheless, I think
Well,
he's in a
obviously-
very comfortable 4th at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, obviously he'd go quicker without the front wing damage, but he is got a nice gap in front, nice gap
Oh, here
behind.
comes
he can do
Foggy.
his own race.
He's getting close. Oven, yeah, he's just conserving his battery, very, very sensible. Don't think he's to push. Jamie's in overtake mode, just trying to hold Foggy off behind. Foggy does look quick.
He does.
Those new updates to the Williams car are obviously proving their worth today.
BLT is still within DRS of Lotus actually. He's doing well to hang on to him.
He certainly is. But I know, I think Lotus just got past him, but BLZ's just doing his utmost to stay with him. I think that's what's going on at the minute.
Alright.
He's on the cusp.
But Michael C is trying to go on the outside of Zolman. British Beanhead is right with him.
People supporting Foggy and supporting TRS as well in the chat. Lee Cole's not very happy, which I can't blame him for.
Foggy, yeah, he's very close this time round, surely. At the end of this straight.
Zom caught away on the gravel, which slowed him up on the exit, and Michael C didn't anticipate it and ran at the back of him. It allowed British Beanhead to get through.
Yeah, Foggy's going to have a go, but he doesn't seem to have amazing straight line speed, but nevertheless he had enough DRS to get that done. Oven's just staying with this, he's in pretty much a full battery. Just going to wait for his chance, I think. Here they come, side by side, Jamie and Foggy.
Whoa! AJ just...
Oh dear, Jamie's had to completely cut the corner. He's yielded position.
He's the outside some more.
Here's the other one as well. Jamie and Foggy are side by side for the first Lesmo. That's dangerously close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, here comes FTRL Oven.
I was going to say, if you're Oven now, what do you do?
Oh,
Just
don't
sit
try.
here
Yeah,
or-
no, fair play.
Yeah.
He's yielded.
You don't want to try and make it 3 wide. It's not as wide as it looks coming into a Ascari.
He's not. Now, all I'll say is for blue flag's sake, I mean, he's got TRS closing him down, but the fact that these guys are fighting.
Oven's made the move on Jeremy.
Yeah, he's got that done. And he can pop the car up into. I reckon he could get Foggy here as well. I think he's going to get him. He's picked his moment brilliantly there, as Oven. There he goes, into the provisional race lead. Foggy trying to hold it around the outside, but no. Oven gets it done.
Jamie's going round.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's a good move from Jamie if he calls this off.
You'll have a war, don't you, Will?
Whoa.
Here we go. AJ and Delta going at it. Got his battery down low, but doesn't need anything more than that. As AJ up into P8. Gets it done in time.
Last time he tried
Nicely
that.
done.
Tried to go around the outside, but I think he caught a wheel on the gravel because he ended up very nearly in the wall. But he's got round this time.
Jamie Morris and British Beanhead going side by side into turn 1. British Beanhead just yields and leads him off. Well,
Now the problem with this track is Oven's got past him, but is he going to be actually able to pull a gap?
going to be quick enough to move away, yeah. I mean, he's running in hot lap at the minute. Jamie still has
Not a lot.
extremely low battery, yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot at all.
Oh, Delta and AJ
Prior to it, the DRS.
side by side in towards Ascari. AJ lifts off. Nice move from Delta. Good little scrap this one. Jamie Morris on the back of Michael C as well.
AJ's got a good run though, and is back past Delta before Parabolica.
Foggy's dropped off. Actually, he's out of DRS.
Falling asleep. Oh,
No, but I think it'd be a bit more dramatic if he fell asleep. straight into a barrier.
Delta's going to have another go at AJ into the first chicane.
it's going to be a lunge.
He's having a
No, he
look.
lifts off. Good lad. Sensible driving.
Jamie Morris has been setting fastest laps ever since he pitted. And he's
Yeah,
found
he's going to
Michael.
be. Yeah, he's going to be past Michael.
How far can he get himself with the grid on this obvious 2-stop now?
I think he'll definitely get himself up into the points. I just how far he can get.
Michael got in the power a bit early, trying to get better exit and nearly spun, but held on to it nicely.
Yeah, Jamie's
Sipwa and AJ.
doing his best to stay with Foggy at the minute, but
But yeah, Sipwa once again had to come in and change his wing, so it looks like Britain, he's going for a fight back and is successfully fighting back.
I was going to say, he's on the outside of AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's already into 8th and he's pitted once more than the guys in front of him. Okay, I think if he can have a trouble-free race, he might be a podium contender.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
absolutely.
you can't seem to do that.
No, it's not the best of luck at the minute.
Oven is just getting away from Jamie a little bit. He's got 0.7 now.
Yeah. I think as soon as he gets out of DRS range. Then again, Ovens used his entire battery now, pretty much.
He's been trying since he got past, but he's used all of the battery to do so, and he's only got 6/10.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to push that much. I imagine one of them are going to pit at the end of this lap. I think it could be Jamie, you know.
Nexus Lotus is in DRS or TRS now. What I say, he's 1.1 off, but he has DRS. So.
Rigged. So he's been slowly catching him actually. And TRS has already managed to get himself a 3-second time penalty.
Well, Blue Flag's catching the back of Foggy, so even with his damage, he's certainly hanging on. Is Oven going to pit? No, but Jamie does. Just what I thought would happen.
Oh, Jamie.
5-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane, yep.
Oh, side, not side, Blue Flag, same person, isn't it? But Blue Flag's done it as well.
Did he get a 5-second stop
Not just
go?
me. Yeah, he did. Yep.
It's unlike Blue Flag to get up the pit lane penalty, but
Yeah, he's just pushing now, isn't he?
yeah, that and the lack of front downforce.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be the only one.
He's going to be incredibly strong.
Yep.
There's one for DSY Delta. It is a tricky pit lane. As you said, you do enter it incredibly quickly.
It does come towards you quicker than what you anticipate.
It's a bit like Bahrain, isn't it? I know that one's a little bit further down, but because you haven't really got that long sort of strip to run into, you just kind of have to put in and judge it perfectly.
Yeah, it catches a lot of people, including me, off guard.
But I think every track catches you, Will.
Yeah. Yeah, it does actually. That's a fair point. Not as bad as the French one caught Matt Cause though.
I don't think anybody will be caught out as bad as Matt Cause.
No, that is also a very good point.
Lotus had a bit of a wiggle coming out with Scary, but he is close enough, I think, to be able to get the movement on the straight.
Yep, the oven is in.
And Foggy's dropped 7 seconds in total to Oven. Has he had a wiggle somewhere? I know he was dropping off the back, but it wasn't 7 seconds the last time I checked.
Yeah, I think it was 4 seconds last time I checked, so I think he must have had a wiggle coming out with Scary.
Yeah, Nexus Lotus TRS for the race lead. TRS runs onto the grass on the outside. Nexus Lotus is your current race leader before pit stops.
Oven's come right out alongside Jamie.
Who is yet to stop? Just the top two and AJ. So AJ must have had a moment somewhere. But yeah, so far.
Oven's in an incredibly strong place.
Yeah,
without
he really
the
is.
stop go as well.
Trouble is, Jeff doesn't tell you if someone has a stop go.
Ah.
Jamie Morris went down the inside of AJ into turn 1 and they had the world's biggest slide coming out of the corner. But he has held on to the position.
Struggling with traction. I think he did used to run medium traction up until very recently. So
Ray was going mad that TRS has led a race for 2 seconds. Yeah, Oven just needs to stay within that DRS range. Well, get himself into DRS range.
Major Panthers managed to get himself a 5-second time penalty, not for pit lane, but for just corner
cone. Was it over the first chicane?
It was. Was it the first chicane?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Foggy and Sippy.
Foggy.
Foggy going around the outside of Parabolica.
I mean,
make that one stick.
Pit lane soon. Yeah. There he goes.
Sipwell's in. Foggy's up in the provisional P3. Blue Flag 2 seconds behind him. So even with his wing change, Did
He's not
Foggy get a
helping
5
himself.
second stop go?
No,
Ooh,
I don't
okay.
think so. Yeah, Jay Morris is not helping himself here. He's
No, he's
certainly a
certainly
stop go for the thing he got the first time he went into the pit lane.
He's just
But
done it
then on
again.
entering the pit lane, he's got another stop go.
So you're always at such a disadvantage with that, for the obvious reason, but also if there turns out to be a safety car at some stage in this race and you go in to try and get fresh tyres, you can end up losing even more positions by doing it like that. So it's can be so crucial for so many different reasons. Oven is back in DRS range of Jamie, and I would imagine he will sit there for a couple of laps, gain his battery, as I assume Jamie will have not much. No, he hasn't.
Nexus Lotus has overtaken TRS 2 laps ago, and TRS is still in DRS range. He has not dropped away just yet. So TRS is currently having a fantastic race.
He's very much so. Let's have a look at the gap to leader at the moment. So TRS is going to come out at the moment in, what, P6 at worst?
Yeah, I know he'll be on the softs.
Yeah. Good on him. Very good race. Zippy's on the back of BLT. This is going to happen soon, I think. Matt Cole saying British Beaner to retire just because.
I think he said that about more people at different points in time. So
Yeah. Donzo saying he's going to give TRS a 2-second trophy at work tomorrow.
That's nice. It's a good touch.
let's hope it's for the racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oven does still appear to be quicker than Jamie. That gap's still coming down.
In his haste to give Jim Morris room, he ran out on the grass a little bit. Didn't quite end up in anything major, thankfully.
Well, Jamie Morris is back behind Michael after that 5-second stop though.
He's certainly got some speed. And also some lag, looking at this. Well, that might be Michael, I don't know. Never mind, he's through.
Yeah, Jamie
Oh,
Morris.
yeah, there is a little bit of lag there.
Well, he's got himself 2 points to a pole tonight. Let's see what he can do now.
I was going to say not just everybody gets a pole position, but remember Joe Burns got one yesterday, so yeah.
He's probably just throwing his computer across the room now.
To be fair, I think Raver's got one in F1, so...
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's
anybody can get a pole position.
predictable though, isn't it?
Everyone's getting time penalties. Major Panda overtaking AJ. Despite being on
AJ's
hards, interestingly.
AJ must have had something gone wrong here because he was in a really good position and he wasn't down with those guys that needed to pit at the start, and he suddenly dropped right down there. So something must have happened to him, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, Big Pizzas isn't having the best of races either after serving his quali ban. 32 seconds behind Zom.
Yeah, unusual for Zom to be so far down. He's been bottom end of the points so far this season, like 7th to 9th, somewhere around that sort of margin.
It did look a little bit weird at the start of the race. Like it did look like his wheel wasn't attached or something, but like he ran wide at turn 1 and was slow, ran wide at turn 3 and was slow. Like it just didn't look attached.
Oh, he said in the chat that for whatever reason there were cars in front of him that weren't actually in front of him. Like he was stopping for invisible cars.
I was going to say he might be seeing my car on track for all we know.
Well, Agent Panda's very, very sketchy going for Ascari. He's seems to be quite nervous this evening. Michael seeing Jamie Morris going at it. Them two look fairly matched for pace, so he's a good indication really of Jamie Morris's overall pace.
Insider knowledge. AJ picked up wing damage in a collision with Agent Panda.
Ah, right.
Whoa.
Oh!
Nope. What's happened?
Agent Panda was at the back of AJ and under brakes. I don't know if he hit him, but he did not take the first chicane.
That's a big time penalty. He's just been given. He's got 15 seconds just for the first chicane now.
Like, he very nearly hit the back of AJ under brakes there. However, next Lotus is in pit lane. There you go.
Oh, he's got another one. That's 18 seconds now. He's going to get disqualified soon. So,
Yeah. Oh, FTRL completely cut the first corner there. It's a definite warning.
The Lotus is going to come out in 6th place, as I think you predicted, Aaron.
Yep, so TRS will be coming out just behind him, I would imagine. TRS, I have seen him pop up with a couple of penalties, so let's hope that doesn't end up being the reason he misses out on some good points tonight. Well,
Reva's become ecstatic in the chat. TRS is officially leading the race for more than 2 seconds.
FTRL blue flag
Can't argue that.
is just 1.5 seconds behind Foggy, so he's reeling him in slowly but surely.
Does have that stop go to think about this blue flag, but
Yeah, if he's going to push, he needs to do it fairly soon.
Oh,
I feel like
British Bean has just been off track between the two Lesmos.
Foggy does have a time penalty though.
let's have a look.
Jamie Morris on the back of BLT.
DRS in pit lane.
Foggy's clear at the minute.
Oh. Jamie Morris, bad leg.
It's not looking great. Oh god!
Yeah, his car's just gone to Narnia.
Oh no,
I don't
actually,
know if it was in it.
yeah, I think he might have actually just crashed. Oh no, there you go. Lagged out.
They might not have lagged, they might have just rage quit there potentially.
I was going to say, Aaron, you know a lot about that gravel trap.
Well,
The exit of Ascari.
he's claimed many victims tonight, and he has been just another one.
Well, it looks like he's still got his full front wing, so I think it did just sort of lag him.
Well, Agent Panda has pitted and we're only 5 seconds away from an Agent Panda versus Big Feet's battle.
I think that's what we actually want.
That's what we've all come to see. Now, other than this battle for the lead, it's calmed right down.
Yeah, all of these random pit stops and stop goes and wing changes and all sorts has led to quite a spread out grid.
Still, 10 laps to go. It's just a matter of time, I think, before Oven makes the move on Jamie.
I mean, Owen's quietly just getting his ERS back again.
Yeah, he'll go about it. What's Jamie got? 10%. Yeah.
British Beanhead is back in pit lane. Should be a set of softs to the end, but the pit crew aren't ready for him. And then he has to serve a 5-second stop go, so that was good.
It's a long stop there. But,
Right. I feel like Oven needs to put Jamie under a little bit of pressure now. Just put the car up to maybe medium for a couple of laps. Let him know you're there.
Well, we saw Jamie under pressure at Silverstone from blue flag, and yeah, so there was some cracks up here, so you never know.
Exactly. I mean, obviously Jamie does have the penalty. That is a yellow flag in sector 3. Now, who is that?
Agent Panda was at Ascari. I wonder if he was letting people through because there is somebody just in front of him.
yeah,
British
just
Beanhead.
led through Sifwa.
No, taking Jamie. Oh, there you go.
So it was indeed lag.
It was a lag.
Not taking control of his car yet.
Well, in the meantime, blue flag is within 7/10 of Foggy now.
Yeah. If he's going to push, he needs to do it now, doesn't he? Because he's got that 5 seconds to think about. Did Foggy have any warnings, Will?
He had 2.
Ooh. So, blue flag needs to hope that Foggy gets himself a penalty. Because he's certainly got the capability to get past and pull a 2-second gap. He's got the ability to do that on quite a lot of people. It's just the small matter of doing it now. Whereas if Foggy keeps it clean towards the end of the race, it's going to be increasingly difficult.
Owen's got 3 seconds of penalties and Jamie's got 5 seconds. So it's not entirely over if Jamie can pull away by 2 seconds.
Right, blue flag is significantly closer than Foggy. Closer to Foggy, should I say.
Well, Jamie Morrison still isn't back in his car yet, so he's in the chat.
Here comes blue flag. It's not going to be now. Oh, Foggy's gone deep. Blue flag round the outside. See you later.
It is indeed going to be now. Right now. Owen got as close as 1.5 tenths there.
Simmy's in pit lane.
Oh, he's not. I suppose he was on a. No, he wasn't actually. He'd done a pit stop.
7 laps on a set of mediums. You should be able to get close to the end.
Wing change maybe? Nope.
No wing change.
Just going for the softs. Whoever claimed to be
His race engineer in chat.
if
you can explain that one to us, then
yeah. Yeah, do let us know. Well, still intrigued by this battle for the lead. Foggy's out of DRS range on blue flag as well, so blue flag is in the position now to try and pull away and create a gap. But he's not pushing.
Well, Jim Morris is back in his car, so that's something.
Owen's lifting off out.
Owen's not trying to overtake.
Does he know?
Yeah, but the thing is, he's already got himself 1 penalty. If he gets himself 1 more, and I have seen him cut the corners a couple of times.
Yeah, so it's not entirely over.
But we saw something similar with Kawandi in the F1 race. All he had to do was stay behind Matt Cause and Eco, but he got a penalty on the last lap. And that cost him around here. So
it's a tricky old circuit for time penalties.
I mean, Liam says Owen has this in the bag, and Ravers, Owen will win this. Too much battery.
Well, Ravers did also say that Jamie Morris is going to win this, so.
However, Jamie has 100% battery on my screen, so.
Jamie? Oh, he does on mine as well.
So does Owen. Interesting.
Wow.
And Owen's had a bad run through Ascari.
They've just been cruising round, haven't they?
Well,
next is Lotus. He's very close to the back of Foggy now. Looks like he could make his way up to blue flag in the last 5 laps or so.
yeah, he definitely could. He's got the pace to do it. TRX going well as well. I think he's definitely nailed on for a P6.
Actually, with blue flags stop go, could be just a straight up podium. Next is Lotus to this race.
Yeah, good point.
It's another very well driven race so far. Hopefully he won't have such, well, just the horrific unluckiness of last week. Same with Owen, really.
Definitely. Well, I'm going to stay on board next to Lotus for a second. See how we... Oh, there we go.
Flag.
Jamie Morris is gone.
Ascari.
Nexus Lotus got himself a 3-second penalty as well.
Zom's on the back of Delta. Zom gets past Delta. However, AJ's in this battle as well.
Well, it needs to get past Foggy here. Now that his sort of time penalty advantage over blue flag has been reduced to only 2 seconds. Yeah, they should be able to get him at this point.
I imagine we'll see a move now from Nexus Lotus.
Yeah, there we go. On the inside, loads of overspeed. This is done way before the corner.
Calm as you like.
So he's got to gain 1.1 seconds on blue flag, and then the podium will be his. Providing he doesn't get another penalty, which he might do.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, AJ's found Delta again, so it looks like we are going to resume that battle we had from about 10 laps ago.
Yep. AJ's got the run into Parabolica. British Beanhead closing down BLT. Going for Carro Grande now.
As will Sifois.
Owen side by side with Jamie coming into Parabolica.
Delta gave it a bit of a squeeze.
Other needs to turn his engine up now and just push, get the move done, and just put away for last couple of laps.
He seems very content where he is.
Yeah, I'm very confused by his logic. Oh, yellow flag. Is that AJ? It is.
Yeah.
It is AJ.
I think him and Delta might have had it coming together. Yeah.
Delta's waiting for him. Where he was.
Sifois, Beanhead and BLT. Sounds like a terrible sandwich.
Beanhead's up the inside. That's him up into 8th, whereas Oven, he's very, very close. Just turn the car up and get the move done.
We've got blue flags again. I think have they cleared him already? Whoever it is.
I'm
Oh,
bored.
he's trying to spook him.
Both lead cars running no ERS.
Yeah, it's not
It's like
making sense.
I think they're both trying to let... Like, Jamie's trying to let Owen overtake him. Or something along them lines. Say, oh, I'll sit in your DRS for a bit. But Owen's like, no, I want to sit in your DRS for a bit.
Yeah.
So they're just sort of...
I mean, I've played a similar game with Aaron in the F1 race. I just sort of stayed in the DRS for 8 laps. But,
Well, looking at it as well, Foggy could still be on for a podium here. Because blue flag is not 5 seconds clear of him.
Yeah, Lotus does also have 3 seconds.
So blue flag needs to find just over 2 seconds in the final 3 laps. Unless Foggy has picked up that penalty, but I've not seen it if he has.
Oh, neither have I.
also, there is a time when you have to pull the hammer and go, and Jamie is now in hot lap ERS.
And he's obviously decided now's the time. And it's working so far. We've got 8 tenths on him. He's
Oven is
coming up to a back marker.
he is matching him
I think
in
it's
terms
DSY
of his
Delta.
battery, but
Let's not
Oven, look,
have
corner
a
cut.
repeat.
this is where Oven
Not
needs to
have a
be
repeat
careful.
of Britain. We had a big slide out of Scar as well.
There it
Ooh,
is, Foggy.
Oh, that means Lotus needs just over 8 tenths to get the podium away from blue flag. And Foggy's pretty much out of the run at this point.
Well, Oven needs to be careful. I think he's probably on his last warning now. He needs to be extremely careful.
Ooh, tag the back him a little bit there.
Little touch, little tickle.
Oh, it's going to be tight, you know, with Lotus and blue flag. It's 2.6 now.
Yeah.
It's going to be close.
Oven's got the run. Oven's got the run.
around the outside he goes. Jamie.
Contact.
Yeah, I think Jamie carried a bit too much speed into that chicane, meaning he couldn't keep to the left as much as he might have wanted to.
Yeah, the cracks are appearing.
Yeah.
Oh, Evans run
Yes.
wide.
He's been followed around for 27 laps nearly, so probably feeding it a little bit. Next is Lotus. Thinks, yeah, it seems like he's lost a few attempts, so it's going to be even trickier
Oh,
for him to get
Evans.
past Blue Flag.
Yeah.
Would have had a major lift.
I'm going to call this now and say that I reckon Oven might throw this away. I really
No,
do.
I don't think so. I think he's got it.
He's not going to do Giovinazzi, I don't think, and bin it on the last lap.
The blue flag, look at him, he's only 2 seconds behind all this. I know he's got his penalty, but nevertheless, he's driven a very, very good race, especially with having wing damage for his entire first stint. We are
Yeah,
on the
very
final
lonely
lap of the race.
but very good one.
The boys at the front playing Kiss Chase haven't really helped themselves.
Although I think... Oh,
Yellow
got a yellow
flag
flag
sector
somewhere.
3. Sippy.
Zipwire!
Sippy's gone. He's
Ah.
going to put Zom up into the
Oh,
points.
Owen's around the outside, coming into Lesmo. He's got it done.
He wants to win it on
Jeremy-
track.
He must have had a bad run through the second chicane.
Right, what he
Oh,
needs to
there's
do
a-
now,
Jimmy
Boys.
DRS.
He's having a good round here. He's going to go for it. Owen's giving him all the rooms, like, go on there, mate. Not having said that, he came back a little bit too
Evans needs to
quickly.
not cut this corner.
Oh, God.
That was
Close.
close.
Don't spin either.
Oh, he's nearly done both of those things. Still got yellow flags.
Oh my
Oh, he
god.
sent it.
Oh my
John,
god.
no.
What
It's a
has he
bottle.
done?
It's a bottle.
Now he's hit blue flag.
Boggy's there, mate. Oh, God, you were right. Aaron, you cursed him.
That's cost
Jamie's
blue
won.
flag as
Next
well.
is Lotus second.
Oh,
I did not. He had absolutely zero reason to make that lunge. Zero
Aaron,
reason.
I'm blaming you. You said I think he's going to bottle it.
No,
And he
it's
bottled
just no. He bottled it himself.
No, it's your fault. It's your fault. That is. Some things you've just got to take responsibility for.
I've got nothing to take responsibility for. He said he. I don't know. He had so many opportunities.
That's infuriating. Jamie can't believe his luck. I'm sure.
Well, there we go. FTRL Oven, what have you done? Nevertheless, BLT gets himself a couple of points, and Zom, after everything that's happened, is going to bring himself home to get the final point and round off what has been a thrilling and boring at the same time Italian Grand Prix.
Yeah, we had. Oh God, that was a bit pointless, really. We had those two following each other around for 27 laps, and then one of them just sort of binned it anyway.
Exactly. Right, well. Nevertheless, Jamie takes the win. Blue flag, Nexus Lotus comes home in second place. It's a good result for him. I tipped him to have a good one tonight, and I think he's done that, so good on him. And the blue flag comes home in P3. And I believe that's Foggy in P4. FTRL Oven ended up in P5. And TRS in P6. Another good result for TRS. Michael C in 7th. He couldn't make it two in a row.
Back from Michael C.
Yeah, Bruce Beanhead in P8, so he started 17th, moved his way up to P8. BLT gets himself a couple of points, and Zom rounds off the top 10. Then we had DSY, Delta, AJ, Agent Panda, and Big Pizzas, the last of the finishers. And there are retirements from Sippy, from Jamie Morris, from Rampage, and the two Renaults of Marty and Lee Cole very early on. So I'm just going to invite in the top 3 for a podium interview.
phone for
Okay.
like 5 seconds and that happened.
Yep, both already causing problems. I could hear you going on.
Us cause problems? Never.
Okay, well, we'll just wait for the final podium sitters to jump in. There is Nexus Lotus.
Alright.
Hello, mate. Give us a second.
Oh my god. I'm so happy.
Yeah, great result, mate. Just double check for us, mate. You're allowing your voice to be shared for the podium interview.
Yeah, I'll check.
Top man.
Yep, always allow.
Brilliant.
Our
Jamie's
podium
here.
sitters are here.
And Simon is here as well. Lads, Jamie, Simon, just double check again for us. Your voice is allowed to be shared.
Oh,
Yeah, it should be.
Cool.
Yep, always
Right. Well, let's crack on then. So, Jamie, first of all, welcome back once again. Another very, very good result for you tonight, mate. Obviously, it was tricky conditions in qualifying, so we'll start on that. Obviously, the wet conditions moving into dry. What was the radar saying? Was it saying it was going to get dry quickly, or was it sort of looking a bit touch and go? Because I know sometimes it could be quite misleading, can't it?
Yeah, according to the telemetry, it was going to dry up rather quickly. It wasn't that wet, really. Not like... It was like... spitting down, let's say. But the telemetry was telling me that the softs were actually 3 times faster than the intermediate tyres. Went out on the track and I was sliding all over the place, so I decided to box.
Yeah.
Then I set 2 laps on the softs at the end. Thought I'd done enough, and I thought the track conditions were at their peak when I set my lap time, but they obviously weren't, because I got smashed by nearly a second by Jamie Morris, who I actually thought was going to win today. But moving on to the race.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean,
started
with regards to the race, just before we jump into that, obviously, you was directly behind Jamie Morris from the start. Now, was that just a complete loss of traction from him? It must have been off the start. I think he just veered off straight into the wall.
I don't really know what happened. You might have to ask him, but
Right.
all I know is that he got a bad start, went onto the grass, and I took second off the line. And then there was a good battle for the lead coming up into the first end of the first stint, in which I was I think I was second, because Foggy took the lead and then got overtaken by me and Evan. And then I came in for my stop, and I broke when it told me to, but I was 3 miles per hour quicker,
Yeah.
and got the penalty. So then I come out ahead of Evan, I jump him in the stops, and then it's just a waiting. He was playing the waiting game, you know, saving RS. Even if he had the chances, he wasn't going to go for them. Even if he could pull away, he wasn't going to go for them until the last few laps. And I noticed that he was starting to apply the pressure, apply some moves. So I upped the RS to see if I could try and pull away on one lap. It didn't work. The gap just stayed the same, and I knew that with his penalties, he would have beaten me. But then on the last lap, he overtook me coming into the first Lesmo, and I got him back coming down the straight afterwards on the run up to Ascari.
Yeah.
It's just good because it's Ascari no weakness on this track, so to get the move done before there was good. And then coming down into the parabolic, he went for an unnecessary lunge,
Yeah.
and then I can't believe my luck, and first league race win in the bag.
Yeah. Well, happy days. Well, I mean, I think that.
And I know
Yeah.
I don't sound Mexican, Liam. I am Welsh.
As I was gonna say, that is your first win of the season, isn't it? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, first in my whole league racing career.
Oh,
believe it or
nice.
not.
Well, congratulations, mate.
Yeah.
Nice for you to get it done here. Well,
thank
I
you.
was just going to say, with regards to the with
And the
FTRL
fact
oven
they
behind
shouldn't
you.
be here.
Go on. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah, the fact they shouldn't even be here either. My
You're
black
supposed to be away, innit? Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
just sod's
Thank you,
law,
Hurricane
innit?
Dorian.
What I was going to say to you is, obviously with FTRL oven behind you, obviously we was aware that you had the 5-second stop go. He only had a 3-second time penalty, so we were very. I saw him
What?
a couple of times.
What I
He was
noticed
sort
at the end.
Go on.
I'm sorry.
No, go on.
Yeah, okay. I saw him cross the line at the end. He actually had a penalty for speeding too, I think, because he said when he crossed the line, a 5-second penalty for unserved, stop go or something.
Oh, did it?
So I don't know what happened there. Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty
God
sure
knows, I didn't see that.
It was a severe collision with blue flag at the last lap when he was reversing across it.
Right,
Yeah.
oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, well, up until the point of him doing that, we thought, well, he was just sort of sitting behind you. I mean, I'd noticed a couple of times he cut the first bit of a scarring. It was very, very close. And I was thinking he really needs to get past. And I was kind of stressing in the on the stream that he does need to get past you. Obviously, you was aware, obviously, that he had the 3-second penalty. I would assume from Jeff, but I mean, did you feel sort of pressured at any point because obviously how close he was to you throughout the entire race, or was you quite relaxed? Because that's a question I'm quite keen to know the answer to.
When I saw that he wasn't going for moves, I was quite relaxed until like the last few laps when I saw that he started it. Go for some, and then I applied the ERS, went up to hot lap for a full lap, didn't pull away, and that's when I started to get really anxious, really nervous that he was going to get me, and yeah, luck came our way.
I was going to say, I mean, and just one final point, obviously, with you leading the race for so long and knowing how close he was to you, and the fact you did have the disadvantage of that 5-second penalty, did that kind of kick in the anxiety and the nerves a little bit more, considering you could have been so close to your first race win?
Oh yes, definitely. I was checking most laps, every lap I think, to see if he was getting penalties, to no avail. So I was getting really nervous every lap, pretty much.
Well, nevertheless, it was like quite convenient that you turned out to be here this week. Obviously, your holiday got delayed, so you're going away in a couple of weeks' time, aren't you? But nevertheless, it's worked out well for you. So massive congratulations. Obviously, that now puts you in a very strong position going forward in the championship. You was the leader before this, and now you've extended that. So big congratulations to you, mate. Looking forward to seeing you in Monaco next week. And yeah,
Thank you.
See you then, buddy.
Unpredictable.
Oh yes, see you then, mate.
So, Lotus coming home in P2. I mean, I think you did 16th to 2nd. I mean, easily my driver of the day. Just talk it through.
Yeah, I had problems in qualifying. The intermediate rain came down. I set my lap, fairly alright lap, I thought. And then I went out to do my dries. I realised that I screwed my first fast lap up, my first flying lap up, and I decided I'd just warm my tyres up for another lap. And then the second flying lap I did, I don't know who it was, they went into the gravel on the outside of turn 2, and they came back on, and I was expecting them, they came back on in a strange way. It wasn't their fault, but they came back on, and I decided to go around the outside, but they thought I was going to stay to the racing line, and I lost my wing, went to the pits, came out, was doing my flying lap, and I cut a corner too quickly and invalidated my lap time, so my only lap time set was my intermediate one.
Yeah, I did notice that, to be fair. Because usually you're a lot further up in qualifying than you were that time, so I thought you might have invalidated at a crucial time. Moving on to the race, though, it's a lot of chaos on the first lap. Did you manage to get through that unscathed?
Yeah, I did completely. Very lucky though, because I saw someone go into the wall, and because I was at the back, I didn't know who it was. I just saw that someone came. I went straight past them down the left, and then it was fairly smooth, sort of, but from there. But then, sort of, I guess on turn 1 and 2, there was a massive blockade of about 3 drivers in front of me. Went 3 wide on turn 1 and 2, and obviously they couldn't fit, so that blocked me up. But then when it all cleared up and we came around to near turn 3, there was a massive other crash which took out, I think, 2 people in front of me, and I just got by, ghosting through one of the cars, and that put me up into about 12th, 11th, I think. And it was just sort of a grind from there to keep my pace going, consistency, and keeping my strategy from medium to soft, pitting lap 15 and doing 12 laps on the softs from there.
Yeah, I think that did work out for you, actually, the alternate strategy. Did you know that some of the cars ahead of you had stop goes? Does that show you when you asked Jeff?
No, I got quite angry with Jeff, actually, because it took me ages to find out, to talk to him, to get to know how many penalties the drivers behind or in front had. And once I got past Foggy, I realised Jeff told me he hadn't got a penalty, and he also said that the person in front hadn't got a penalty. So I was like, oh damn it, I'm going to end up battling for fourth, not third or second, where I'd like to be. And it was all pure luck that I got my podium and from that last crash on the last corner, and I kept my consistency going, but it was purely that last corner incident that took me into the podium, because I did have a 3 second, but then I realised that Foggy had 3 seconds behind me as well, and Blue Flag had a 5 second, so I just caught up to Blue Flag before we crossed the line.
Yeah, that last corner was incredibly sort of bit drama filled, as I said, and it did pay off for you. I mean, maybe that's a bit of karma. I think last week we saw that you had the other end of it, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought
my
strategy would have been perfect for that race, but it was working perfectly, I thought, and then I got into 2 crashes, and one was just a spin that didn't do too much, and then I caught back up to Oven, and then obviously the Big Pizzas caught the wrong end of the track. He just got in the wrong part of the track at the wrong time, I think, and then there was a massive chaos thing from me and Oven. I lost all my traction and just went into the wall.
Yeah, so you've redeemed yourself today, I think.
Yeah, majorly.
What about next week then? Moving on to Monaco. That's obviously very divisive in terms of people's attitude towards it. How are you feeling?
I was worried about Italy, because I'm normally better with higher downforce tracks. I'm normally quite good with corners and keeping it consistent and safe and not losing my wing and crashing. But I think I'll do alright at Monaco. I've done good at Monaco in my previous leagues. I've gotten podiums, and I've never crashed out at Monaco, so I'm hoping to keep that going.
Nice. Like I said, if you can keep it out the barriers, I think you'll automatically do pretty well at Monaco. So looking ahead to the season as a whole, where do you think you're sort of aiming towards now then? Are you sort of hoping to snag a promotion spot?
I really was hoping that. I missed 4 races in the season so far. I DNF'd at Belgium, and I got some alright 5ths from Britain and Baku, and because I've got the podium, I know I'm definitely going to be trying harder now to snag a 3rd place promotion if I can. There are a lot of other good drivers in there that are definitely my level or above, but hopefully I can have more races where I'm getting 2nd, 3rd. Be lucky to have a win, but I'd love that.
Nice. Well, I think it's put you in a good place, this 2nd place, and I wish you the best of luck for next week.
Alright, thank you.
Well. Sai, aka Mr. Blue Flag. It's not often you're in this podium interview, you're normally interviewing other people.
I was going to say, I was here last week. No idea how I'm here this week, but here I am.
How do you go through that? I mean, early front wing damage in the race, but were you thinking just plod away and hope we don't catch me behind, or was it...
Well, it was one of those, right, I've got wing damage, I need to carry on with it because there is no way I'm going on the hard tyre, because it is horrible round there on a hard tyre. So it was avoid the hard tyre at all costs, just get to a manageable pit window and just go for it in the 2nd stint. Pace was consistent. I think that, you know, I had the guys behind covered. Knew they both had 3 second penalties, even though I had the 5 second stop go. I knew as long as I was like 2 seconds ahead of whoever was behind me at the time, then third was mine. So the fact that I've missed out on 2nd because of the incident at the end, I'm not in the slightest bit disappointed by that. I've had a good drive and I was going to be third whatever happened. So the kick in the nuts is the fact that once it all shook out on penalties, and that 5-second penalty has basically denied me a win. But hey ho, it's racing. We'll go next week.
I mean, yeah. I mean, before this race, you had some issues. Wheels were not exactly happy at the time.
Yeah, it behaved itself. I think the cleaning of the connections and a good talking to of it's behaved itself. So,
right, I mean, we went straight to the race. I mean, we'll go to qualifying. I mean, were you happy with it? I mean, still up the front. I mean,
yeah, I was happy with it. I was one of the last cars out on track. I wasn't the last car out on track. You had second, third, and fourth all on a 20 flat. So
I think it was 1/10 between like 4 cars. So it was, it was.
it was there or thereabouts. So can't grumble. Qualifying's been a weakness of mine. So to see it's sort of in the ballpark now. It's 2 fourth place starts in 2 races. I'll take that.
Right. Lastly about this race, like the last 4 or 5 laps, you must have seen you were gaining on Jamie and Oven in front.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was like 5 seconds and dropped down to about 2 towards the end. I mean,
see, that's the thing. I knew I had the 5 seconds, so it was more a case of making sure that the guys behind didn't get within 2 seconds of me. So I knew I had to push, and it was just so happened that push brought me closer to Oven and Jamie, and I don't know, maybe that was my undoing. If I'd have been like a second behind, I might not have clipped Oven and I'd be P2, but hey ho.
Well, I mean, you've got this chipper attitude now. However, next week in Monaco.
Yeah, checkered past with Monaco, haven't we? Yeah,
Have indeed. How do you feel going into Monaco?
Key to success is not do what I did last time and clip the inside wall at the final corner.
That might help.
If I can keep the car out of the wall, you're going to see a conservative drive from me next week. I think that's going to be a key to success.
Yeah.
It's all about qualifying next week anyway.
Well, that's me screwing F1, but yeah, I'll probably agree with that. Well, congrats on the renewed vigour that we've now seen from you in F3.
Thanking you.
And no doubt we'll see you about, or if not, we'll see you next week in F2 commentary. So
You will indeed.
Congrats on the P3, and I'll hand you back to Aaron, if he's still about. There you go.
Indeed. Right, well, congratulations to all of our podium sitters tonight. It's another very, very strong performance from those guys. Pretty entertaining race tonight. I think had it not have followed Britain last week, it might not have appeared as less eventful than what it was. But nevertheless, we're actually at a stage now where we're 2/3 of the way through the season. So season 10 is absolutely flying by. We're getting towards the business end of this championship now in all 3 divisions. A lot to play for, especially after these driver changes that happened a couple of weeks ago. So plenty of things to look forward to coming into this season. But as Pagani has mentioned, we are on to Monaco next week, so it is make or break for quite a lot of drivers, and it will certainly be break for me. So let's look forward to that. Tune in on this Friday for our GT Sport Championship with commentary from Nexus Iceman, who did a fantastic job last week, so please come and show him some support. And next week we will be at Monaco, like we said, so join us again Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for all of those, and we will see you then.